Let's talk about the health sector climate pledge. For those of you who aren't totally familiar, on Earth Day 2022, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services launched a healthcare industry-wide call to substantially cut greenhouse gas emissions by asking hospitals to make some pretty bold commitments. There are basically two headline targets, and the rest has to do with progress tracking and planning. The big ones are reduce organizational emissions by 50% by 2030, using 2008 as a baseline. 2030 is coming up very, very quickly, so a 50% reduction by 2030. And the other one, achieve net zero by 2050, publicly accounting for progress on the goal every year. These are massive commitments, and they're going to have an impact on every corner of hospital operations. So, has anybody actually signed this thing? The answer is yes. There's right around 100 hospitals that signed the pledge, and you can find the most up-to-date list of signatories on the hhs.gov website, where they made a bold design choice to go with a comma-separated list, because who needs bullets and tables anyway? So what does it mean? It means that every hospital on this list has a lot of figuring out to do. It's pretty easy to say you're going to reduce emissions. It's another thing entirely to actually do it. And as we get closer to 2030, you're going to see a lot more actions taken. Here's some of what I've seen in the last few months. Advent Health packed the top of its parking garage with 1,800 solar panels. Bay State Health launched a corporate partnership to bolster its recycling efforts. Common Spirit switched to reusable gowns. And Baycare got rid of plastic straws in its cafeterias. I could go on, and these are all positive actions that are going to make some level of positive impact. But the deeper we dig to find miscellaneous ways to improve environmental sustainability, the more critical it becomes to get the big wins when they're available. To find the low-hanging fruit. Waste incineration and even autoclaving are in direct odds with sustainability goals. And yes, that's likely what's happening even if you send your medical waste off in a truck, even if you'd prefer not to think about it. You can't possibly address your carbon footprint at your hospital without addressing what you're doing with your waste. It's time to stop burning garbage and look to ozone technology as a safer, cleaner, more sustainable path forward for medical waste processing. If you're interested to see what ozone waste treatment would look like at your hospital, go ahead and reach out. We can help you get one of those big wins that'll allow you to take a giant leap forward towards your sustainability goals. Thanks, everybody.